Okay, let's call meeting to order, and the minutes of the meeting that was held on April 8th. Had everybody got a chance to look those over?
And my first name is spelled wrong.
I see, I get an extra K in there.
I'm sorry.
Other than that, I make a motion. What's that?
Okay, I would move that we approve the minutes as they're printed.
We have a motion, we have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
I mean,
approve the minutes.
Adam, are you and I?
I don't think it's microphone's on.
Can I see you?
Yeah, we heard you.
All right, the
Say, Adam, turn microphone on.
staff
Text.
reports are next on the agenda. I saw in nursing where you did your end of the year immunizations and things, and I mean, it's pretty easy to follow the reports. It looks like everybody's been busy to me. Obviously, it's food service time, septic and building time. And since we had such a dry spring, people were able to do so, weren't they? We have a motion to accept the staff reports.
Motion.
That's gonna be our own area.
Dr. Erickson motion.
Okay, we have a second.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Thank you. Okay, does the health officer have a report? I don't know if she heard.
Dr. Erickson, do you have a report?
No.
Okay,
Do we have an update on staffing? That was just part earlier.
Update on staff.
Staffing.
oh, yes, we interviewed this week, 3 nursing, RNs. And we selected, Lady Emick, and she's gonna start on June 29th, correct? So we will have, full staff here by going into July.
All right, perfect, thank you.
Hey, old business, Andrew, you got this minimum and housing standard guidance.
Well, I did a little research and from what I saw, most health departments leave their, complaint kind of procedure to be a little broad. They don't say like, these are the exact times we'll go. They send it, simply kind of just give categories and say like, these are typically what we would become involved in. So like, for example, like I was looking at Grant County, they said, like they put down a list of like, they say, these complaints typically involve like lack of sanitation, mold growth, pest infestations, unsafe heating or electrical systems, improper waste, and hoarding and unfit living conditions. And theirs is more broad than what I've seen other people, where they focus more like, some people are just like, it's radon, lead, disease, and then that's like,
That would require a bunch of testing.
yeah, like the stuff that a city wouldn't probably do because like it'd be maybe a little bit more, like it was more of what the testing would have to be involved and not the unsafe conditions like that would normally, get involved. So I didn't know if you wanted to just keep it general and to have like certain categories, like most health, I think websites have. I didn't see anybody that had like a published protocol that's like, under these circumstances go out, under these circumstances don't go out. It doesn't mean that you don't, it doesn't mean that they're not there, I just didn't see them on public facing entities.
What you were reading off there were sort of categories that kind of caught my interest that kind of makes sense. One is like building safety, like you're talking about mold and electrical systems or the heating or whatever, which probably would fall in grades. Bailiwick, and then the other is possible infectious problems of pest infestations and all of that kind of stuff. And I would keep them sort of broad like that. Would do you all think?
Because it's always gonna be a give and take, because if you make it broad, it doesn't tell them when to go and respond. And then someone can look online or whatever and say, well, you said unsafe building conditions, and this person's got, it's like, well, no, that's probably, the building administrator or the town, So if you leave it too broad, you don't give them guidance, but then I think you make it too specific, then do you leave anything out, or do you really want to be that specific? I mean, like, for example, like St. Joseph County, I saw, they said the Department of Health will not respond to nuisance complaints, such as bed bugs or accumulations of trash that don't include food products. And then they specifically listed radon, bed bugs, rodents, lice, mold, cockroaches, and lead as things that they responded to.
That they felt were
In the health-
significant
Yeah.
enough to.
Things that would be exclusively covered are more the purview of a health department to come in and say, yes, these carry disease, or yes, these have negative health effects, not you have, 2 broken down cars in your front.
So did you say bed bugs were in both categories for them? They said they wouldn't respond. to
Yeah,
that.
I guess that's confusing, because it says the Department of Health will not respond to nuisances such as bed bugs or accumulations of trash, and then list topics, bed bugs, radon, yeah.
So they.
So that looks like they
Make
contradicted
themselves
themselves in the middle of their, now that I'm reading that
I
more.
thought I heard it that way.
Yeah,
I don't know what happens, like if a hotel had a bed bug infestation. Does that fall under us? I mean, you would think a hotel or whatever would be addressed, or they would have a place stay there.
so I mean, I can list categories, or
What do you all think? Does that help you?
Some of our problems were in cities.
Which we're punting to cities to handle that themselves.
Municipality.
Yeah. For county, or we live in the city.
Well,
Inside a municipality is not our jurisdiction, so
Right. That's where a lot of our complaints that come from those is municipalities.
They were trying to punt them back, saying, you need to deal with this.
well, I think whatever we work out would say that, municipalities are kind of enforce their own standards or codes or whatever you want to call them. I don't know.
Would there be,
They're gonna call and ask.
would there be any type of wording that we could put in there to where the municipalities, I don't know how you want to state that, but like, it's their jurisdiction, so that they handle it first, and, referring to them first in those situations.
Because it's not like the municipalities don't have their own building inspectors and, planning zone.
I would imagine almost any nuisance ordinance or nuisance regulation in these places would be anything about transferring disease and stuff like that. There might be some instances where there needs to be testing, I suppose, that only the health department would do, like maybe, like if something with rabies or something, a pet, that's acting unusual. I don't know if the, like Rockport would be able to take that and get that animal tested or whatever. So you don't necessarily say have a blanket rule of no municipalities, but probably 99 times out of 100 to let them handle it and then enforce where you have to enforce, which is the county areas that don't have, you know, staffing.
Yeah.
It's a, I mean, it's, to me, it's a prudential question. If you want me to just leave, what I saw mostly were kind of broad categories of what they would respond to in terms of complaints. But, you know, that has its drawbacks or its kind of pluses and minuses depending.
Yeah. Well, that's. I mean, we're supposed to help protect the public health, but not respond to every nuisance call, and that's why they had that nuisance thing in.
We can help, whether it's a municipality or not,
Second, assist, right?
assist, yeah, but I don't think we really want to write an ordinance for the county where we list all this stuff. Do we need another ordinance, really?
It wouldn't be an ordinance. I think what they're asking for is
Basic guidance.
Our
Yeah,
guidelines.
it's guidelines.
When we go out.
In intra-department guidance
Yeah.
essentially, right?
yeah, because you only have, I mean, you have limited resources, so you want to kind of orient those resources to what you think your mission is and what you think is important.
I mean, we just some verbiage around, you know, public health and, you know, just something about, you know, things that are more of a nuisance, of a nuisance variety won't, aren't considered priorities for the health department to deal with.
Yeah.
Or something, I don't know, if we can make it general where it's, leave it up to common sense to determine, I don't know. Yeah, if you start trying to get specific, it's like, I mean, you could have an encyclopedia's worth of crap in there. Fall into
Well,
it.
I'm shocked that they would include radon, which is odorless and colorless, and you don't know it's there until you test.
And we do have test kits that we give the public, where they can do their own radon test at home, so.
They had,
And we gave
that
several
right?
out in the last couple of months.
Okay. Well,
Sounds like you're already doing it, and you are assisting.
But I guess if somebody came back and they were in a rental property and they did a self-test, then somebody'd have to go verify that. They could have went to some decommissioned coal mine and put the test in there.
That's where we have to contract out like we did the lead.
The tests are provided free,
Yeah, but then,
the little test things.
yeah,
because this is only gonna fall in the case of, because if it's somebody's own private residence, they can do whatever they can, they'll lay down infested house if they want to, I suppose, right? It'd be more for a rental property.
It'd probably be more like something that's communicable, you know, if you don't take care of your home and then, you know, mice and rats or whatever on your
But I
property.
mean, I'm talking about radon.
But yeah, specifically, it would just be a harm to you.
Yeah.
I guess if there's minors or something in the home, it's not,
But yeah, for a private residence, if your neighbor, you know, is allowing conditions that are leading to infestations of rodents and animals and whatever is bleeding on your property, you know, might have to get involved with that.
I don't, not sure how broadly to put it, like.
Do we not have anything?
Something like a statement will assist municipalities when asked or
So
something
say
like
upon
that.
request or something.
On request, but,
Matters of public health and safety and communicable disease and nuisance. Topics are not something that is dealt with by the, I don't know, that's.
So- maybe a little bit in between,
yes,
maybe not as general as I'm seeing, but not step-by-step 20-page protocol where we're only going out for this amount of radon, you know, like, or whatever.
well, yeah. Radon you can't really see.
Yeah, just an example, you know.
But But if you go out there, there's a ton of old tires with water standing and mosquitoes everywhere, whatever, so. That is something that you get calls on, right? Because,
That rodents,
Yeah. But on the road thing, I mean, you know, you gotta see them. And most of the time in the daytime, they're not out, you know what I mean, so they go down there on stakeout, wait, or whatever, spotlight or what, you know, I mean,
well, we would just be saying, kind of giving credence to the municipalities that, yeah, you need to clean this place up. But it goes back to them to say, we have the authority to tell you to clean the place up.
And a lot of times that goes back to solid waste too, you know. You know,
Trash.
trash, waste and stuff.
And that's county nuisance ordinance too, yeah, you can remove those tires, you know, if that's trash. Is the issue, you know, mosquitoes, or is it just unsightly, was completely of the trash?
I don't know, it's.
I'll try to throw the needle for next
Alright.
meeting, I was just trying to get,
It's,
I was thinking about writing something out, I'm like, but if I come in here and they're like, we're just looking for a couple categories, you know, like the, for the website of. Maybe somewhere in the middle.
I think so, because we don't want it so. Listing, and somebody said, oh yeah, they're gonna be the police on this.
Okay.
All right, so to be continued then, but it's a very difficult thing to define.
That's what I was kind of struggling with.
New business, we have the mini comparative budget for 2027. Is there any highlights of it that you want to discuss with us before we make a motion to accept it?
No, I just tried to put out there to the side, that far column, some things that I knew that were, you know, so you get some understanding to the amounts of what had to be paid out, each one of those lines. I went with, the 1161, the health first, both of the people that are paid out that. I was able to work out a 50 cent per hour raise, which I know is not as much, but we're working on the same budget. Maybe an increase, so we're working with 105, so if we get rid of something else someplace, then, you know, you can always increase that more later. Be working with that, it's will end up being difficult to find places to give raises, which is kind of sad, but that's just the truth of the matter. Then, on the health fund, I just, the last couple of years, the council has just allowed for $1 an hour increase in raise, so that's just why it's taken anyways, like.
Well, you submitted that the county council is looking at the overall budget and they wanted to decide
Yes.
pretty much what it's gonna be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know we've been talking about vehicles, does that, do we need to try and put that in this budget, or does that go, how does that work to try and get us, we have the whole vehicle with the insurance thing?
That's the vehicles that is under the commissioner's control.
So we used to have maintenance and repair on the vehicle, it looks like it's part of our budget, right?
Well, we put in the 1159, there's gas and then unit oil for tires or battery or unit maintenance, I guess, on there. We split that with the building department, we didn't put a copy of the building department in there too. And that's the salary split, and it's got the gas, fuel, oil, vehicle maintenance on it.
Vehicle maintenance from Preston.
Yeah, what I've done this year is, the auditor's office paid the sanitarian, salary out of the first half of the year, so that's where I'm taking the gas, oil, maintenance and all that out of, the building inspectors, and then once July hits, then we'll start paying the salaries, so then I'll flip over and go ahead and pay the gas, oil, and all that, so that it's split equally. Amounts may not show up equally, but then after this year, it'll give us more of an idea of what is being spent. And I can, there'll be a little bit left in the building inspector's fund, so if we can run out in there, then I can go back to it. Split up.
So then you have the tobacco fund and
I did put an explanation in with the, local health maintenance funds, that kind of gives a little bit of the history and explains a little bit about the funds, because that always seems to be a question that comes up every year. So I just wanted to, and whatever I submit this in, I'll do that with them.
and and we need to approve it because it goes, what, 1st of July,
July the sixth.
July 6th to the committee.
That's when I turn it into the auditor's office, then they'll schedule their
Then they start looking
dates.
all over and total them all up with what they're equal to. Okay,
And I've already submitted the 1161 Tuesday, we're in compliance. But that always has to be done by the first, and, we can always come back and, I can always go back and something will change.
yeah.
Looks like you did some fine work getting that all listed.
Now, we find out how much rework has to do after. Submit.
How much you'll actually get.
Hey, I never submitted a budget they took up first round.
Mine do. So,
Yeah, do I have a motion to accept the budget?
I'll make a motion.
Have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Two things that we have here. Or the one thing here that Minnie brought our attention about a sign in Santa Claus that was purchased, what, 2014? And now they would like us to buy a whole new sign?
Well, no, it hasn't come back, they were thinking about possibly coming to the meeting. They questioned the grant that came out of it, that emergency preparedness and the health department's not allowed to receive emergency preparedness because it's funding comes through CDC. So I don't know if they'll be able to find another grant, but through doing some digging, I found interlocal agreement, and I sent you a copy of that, and I found the invoice for the spirit sign, so the cost, it shows what it cost, and then I included the detail, the picture of the spirit sign, and the photo of where it's located. So the town center boss has not reached out anymore, so.
Did we communicate anything back to them after this, or no?
No, I just sent out this here, it kind of reads that more or less, that's my understanding of the signs serves.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna be allowed to run public service notices on there.
I got a text message from Jason, he's on says that the audio is very poor and he's having a hard time tracking the conversation, so Jason is monitoring it too.
Is the YouTube audio poor or through the Teams?
The audio, do you see him on there?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, it's the team meeting that's hard and the YouTube is actually better.
I mean, I don't see where we don't have any funds to buy a new sign. And an informational emergency type of sign that's sitting out in front of the place, where you gotta drive by to see it, doesn't sound like a very effective way to communicate.
It says in plain language, we hereby transfer the ownership to them, so they can do with it whatever they want to do.
The another piece of business, the credit card payments, we're gonna start accepting.
Well, we'll look into it and we'll see, hopefully,
Well, we have to decide if we want to start taking credit card pay. Apparently, everybody walks in with their phone, their driver's license, and a credit card in their phone, and that's about it anymore. Except for us dinosaurs that still carry cash. But
this company here is the one that the, recorder's office, I believe the clerk's office uses. I don't know if there would be a different company out there that would be any better. Everything they provide, free, or they get their money is, there is, a dollar fee for every transaction and then, I don't know if I said $3, for a transaction above $33, it's a 3% fee on there.
when does it go to 3%? At what rate?
After
$33.
After 33. Okay.
Yeah. So, a whole lot of like their fees that they charge all out of 3% of somebody's credit card on there. We will have to have a checking account because it has to have some place to go. It can't go into the county account is what I've been told. So, we have to do a business checking minimum balance of $500. I would have to have a letter from the board stating that they wanted to set up an account and there would have to be 2 people on the checking account for authorization. I was thinking, because I talked to the reporter and she only has it on her computer and one other computer. So I was thinking that since we would all be able to use it, I was wondering if we should get a computer to house it on. That way you're not going and setting it somebody else's computer and, moving around and all that stuff, that you have one single location for everybody to be able to log in and use it. The only thing that would maybe be that I just have to figure out how to work that out is we have 2 separate funds that we do collections on. One's the health fund, collections going in, and then one's the health link. So all the collections would be going to the checking account. I would have to track all the food receipts and all that stuff. And then once a month, I'd have to write a check for the health link fund, and after I check for the health fund to pull that money out to do a collection and put it into the county accounts, so.
Would you send it electronically from checking account to the where he said dollars,
The treasurer.
the treasurer's
You can
office.
probably set up an electronic transfer on the thing.
I asked about that and they said that they do checking and she doesn't want access to where anybody can be removed. On money. Cause she, yeah. I think we went through this before with some of our, insurance payments and stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't want to get that out, so this is the route I've been told.
So you just have to write a check, basically.
Well, I think it depends on, do you wanna mess with it?
I don't mind. I mean, it's just gonna take,
How,
it takes. some-
it's a convenience for the public
Yeah,
that doesn't come in prepared
Yeah.
with a checkbook or the cash, right? So my next question is, how many do you think this will be transactions? 10 a month, 5 a month, a whole lot, I don't
I
have
don't
any.
know, I would say it would increase over time once they found out that you could do that.
I'd say pretty quickly, it'll be the majority of your transactions, probably.
And the other question is the 3% and the fee upcharged on
Yeah,
the,
but
so,
we'd have to post that.
yeah.
So, yeah, that's, do we have to get one of them? You have to get commissioner approval to
Yeah,
charge extra.
Is that what the auditor's office is doing, correct? I wouldn't think that they're gonna eat the upcharge.
yeah, I would think so.
So otherwise, then it's a budgetary item, because you have a new expense.
Yeah.
But, so then it might not be a majority, because people may not want to pay 3%.
I don't, you know. I'm not opposed to it, I think it's a convenience,
But, I mean, it'll be utilized.
it will be utilized, if, oh, one other question was, could it go on a laptop?
I thought about that, but my only reservations there is I don't want it walking out of the office and not coming back with that being kind of far like me, and I can see that.
Does the auditor's office put it on something separate?
Well, I talked to the reporter's office, I don't know what the auditor's.
Well,
office-
the court, whoever's using that.
Yeah, there's a machine there with it, you know, that's got the scan and then she's got it on her computer, on her desktop computer, and then another computer
Oh, okay.
in the office, so there's two of them.
But there are offices that don't, right?
Right,
The clerk doesn't do any of that, right?
I think the clerk does.
Always,
There's
Oh.
not that
Yeah, you
many.
can pay by credit card as a clerk.
the clerk, I've always took, well, I've always had to tell clients they have to go down there with cash and money. Yeah,
It's not really the future, present, actually. You would think that the courthouse would go with one vendor, just to make things simpler.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Is anybody else doing something different? I mean, you're talking about this one is used in the reporter's office?
Yeah, the reporter's office and the clerk's office.
Okay, so it's already been used in 2 places. And I feel more comfortable with that. And they're doing the upcharge. I mean, I'm fine with it personally.
Just have to have a little sign there that says that there will be an upcharge, and if they're okay with it. There's 2 other offices already using it.
Or the fee amount's pretty preset where you could actually have a sheet that says it's $350, it will be $350, it's $350 plus the 3% if.
Yeah, all reference here.
Yeah.
All said.
you have 4 minutes,
4%.
4 minutes, and then
Oh,
your quorum's
4 minutes.
lost,
Your meeting,
then your quorum is lost.
You want a motion?
Yeah.
I make a motion that we instruct Mindy to do her credit card with the same company that the recorder and the clerk's office is using.
We have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye, please.
I
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Do we have any other business? Do we have a motion to adjourn then before time is?
Next meeting, we set that,
It's already, I don't remember what it is. It's August said, it's October, I
Yeah,
believe.
it's October, is it?
so I got 14. Already got it.
Yeah. All right.
Because before we lose the ability to adjourn.
Yeah.
we have it.
So do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
All right.
I'll second.
And all in favor, say bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
So.
I like that timer.
Man, we
You really enjoyed that, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like, we got 4 minutes. I'm on.